Saying that Afghanistan is not a safe place is something of an understatement. Almost two-thirds of the Afghan population were in need of humanitarian aid by the end of last year. And in the words of the United Nations High Commissioner, human rights are in a state of collapse. The restriction on women and girls amount to nothing less than a gender apartheid. Afghanistan is not a safe place for anyone, but is particularly not safe for the Afghan who worked along Western forces and diplomatic efforts, for civil society advocates, for women who formerly held high-profile political or legal roles, for members of the LGBTQ community, and the many, many others who were forced to flee when the Taliban took control. And many of those who fled to Pakistan are desperately awaiting resettlement to safe countries, including the UK. And yesterday, reports suggest that Pakistan has started that deportation of Afghans back to Afghanistan. And resettlement, the hope of safety and being reunited with families, is now at risk of being completely lost. And for some of those waiting to come here, the routes are open, but the process is achingly slow. Many await family reunion, which was promised to start this spring, whilst others believe that they will be eligible to apply to come to safety in the UK under ACRS Route 3 Pathway 2, as yet unopened, almost 3 years after the fall of Kabul. I urge the Minister's Home Office colleagues to act in this regard. The UK has a responsibility here, not just to those Afghans who we promise safety to, but in relation to the region as a whole. We can all understand the desire to flee from persecution, but we also understand the difficulties placed on support systems in Pakistan in response to those fleeing reaching their borders. If we want to show the UK as a global power and a global force for good, then we must act. So I ask the Minister what steps the Department is taking to ensure that all individuals eligible for resettlement or reunification in the UK are able to register themselves as being legally in Pakistan, what steps the Department is taking to prevent deportations of Afghans in Pakistan if they are likely to be eligible to settle in the UK, what steps they are taking with foreign allies to encourage Pakistan to halt these repatriations, and finally what steps the UK can take to assist Pakistan in supporting that refugee population. People are being sent back to Afghanistan now, and all the dangers that entails. We must act.